Hey guys, it's Lee with Mantis Mechanics, and today we're going to show you how to properly wrap your hands for sports combat. So stay tuned. Okay, so before we get started on how to wrap your hands, just going to briefly talk about hand wraps. So there are many different styles of hand wraps, different lengths, and different materials that they're made out of. I use 180-inch hand wraps that are elastic. I like the elastic feel to them better than the straight cotton ones. They don't move with your hand as well. Elastic is a lot better in my opinion. I use 180-inch because I have bigger hands. If you have smaller hands, it's going to be easier to use smaller wraps. Also, if you're looking to get a quick workout in, the smaller wraps are going to be easier to do. Right? You're going to spend less time wrapping your hands and more time working out. But if you want more protection, the longer wrap is going to be the way to go. Okay, so let's get started on wrapping our hands. Okay, so you see I have my hand wrap. I'm going to find this looped end right here. Okay, you can see that one side is stitched closed, the other side is like folded. Okay, I want to use this side, I want to fold it over. I want to fold it over long enough that it's going to cover my knuckles like that. If I go too long, it's going to overlap like this. If I go too short, it's not going to cover all my knuckles. So I want to make sure that it's covering all my knuckles. Once I find out the correct length, I'm going to take that and fold it over itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times. You can do more or less. This is cushion for your knuckles. I like a little bit extra cushion, so I'm using 5 times. So now, once I've got this little padding made for myself, I'm going to take the folded side. See how this has a fold and this side has the wrap coming out of it? I want to take the side that doesn't have the wrap. I want to grab it with my index finger and my thumb, just like that. When I do this, I want to keep my fingers splayed. I don't want them together. I want them splayed like this. So now you can see as I pull this, it tightens. If I do it the other way, okay, here it'll work, but this is flapping. But when I get all the way down to my hand wrap and when I'm ready to finish it off, that Velcro piece down at the end is not going to go right. I'm going to have to twist my hand wrap. So if I hold it like this, it won't do that. I'll be able to have a nice clean wrap. Okay, so I put over the knuckles, keeping them splayed. I'm going to go 1 over the top, so right over the top. Then I'm going to go through the middle. That's 2. Now I can let go with my thumb. And 3. So now I've held that pad in place with my hand wrap. So it's not going anywhere. Even if I let go, that pad is staying there. Once I get done with that, staying between the index finger and the thumb, I'm going to go down towards the wrist. And I'm going to go 1 high on the wrist, 2 in the middle, and 3 down low. So now I've created a base for my support of my wrist. Because when wrapping your hands, you want to protect your wrist and the bones of your hand. That's the purpose of the hand wrap. Okay? You also want to make sure that you're keeping some pressure on it. You don't want to go too tight, and you don't want to go too loose. Too loose won't add any protection. Too tight is going to cut off the circulation, and it can actually lead to injury of your hand. So once I go 3 times around the wrist, I'm going to come up around by the thumb, in between the pinky and the ring finger. Then I'm going to go back around towards the thumb. Okay, just like that. And go in between the middle finger and the ring finger. Then I'm going to go back towards that thumb and in between the middle finger and the index finger. So I've gone between all 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3. And I always go back towards the thumb. Now from here, I'm going to come over to the pinky side of my palm right here. When I go around, I'm going to come around and wrap the thumb. So just like that, I'm going just around the thumb. Now, some people don't like to wrap their thumb. If you don't, that's fine. Okay, I like to wrap the thumb. So I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to go around towards the pinky side of the hand, right over here. And then I'm going to wrap around the thumb. Big, complete wrap. So now the wrap should be right there on my thumb side. And now I'm going to go over to the pinky knuckle, across the hand. So I went across the hand to the pinky knuckle. I'm going to go across, straight across the palm, just like that. And then I'm going to go over the index finger knuckle down towards the wrist. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but it makes a nice little X over the wrap. So now I'm just going to finish off my wrap around my wrist. Okay, very simple. When you're done, this should feel like a cast, right? It should feel supportive. Okay, if it's too loose, it's not adding any support. I have a nice support for my knuckles, my wrist, everything. Also, if you can see this, I'm going to try to show you. If I squeeze my finger and let go, the color returns right away. If it stays white, then I'm losing circulation. You don't want your hand wraps to be so tight that you start to feel tingling or any numbness or anything like that. You want it to be supportive, but you also don't want it to be loose because then there's no point in wrapping your hands. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. If you like this way, and we'll see you here next time on Mantis Mechanics.